Good afternoon.
Well, we are waiting for one more person, so I was going to do a little stand-up here, and I asked the chancellor if I could be funny, and he said I doubt it. So we are actually going to start with the program instead. This is a special day for the University of Wisconsin-Platteville. This is a signed dedication, but it's much more than a signed dedication. It's our chance to say thank you to the people here on this campus, to the community leaders, to the governmental leaders, and to our foundation leaders. So we're going to hear from a few people today as we move forward with the dedication of the sign for Platteville-Richland. When we first started this quest last year about this time, we were excited to add the UW-Richland to our campus. But what made it even more exciting were the people who were involved here. Everybody that we worked with has been outstanding. Same mission to serve our students and to continue moving forward. And with that, I'd like to turn it over to the Dean, Brandon Federley. Thank you.
Thank you, Paul. I have to remember I'm mic'd, so I can't project like I usually do. Rule number 1 in public speaking, correct, Gene? I would like to thank you all for taking time out of your busy days to be here. Getting ready for the holiday season is at the forefront of many people's minds. My family is going to be at my house for Thanksgiving, and I realized this morning I don't have a roasting pan to fit the Thanksgiving turkey. That being said, this is a celebration nearly as important as gathering around and giving thanks for what you have. Because I am truly thankful for the campus, because without that, I wouldn't be here. For the people, because without them, I wouldn't be here. For Platteville, because without them, either in 1967 or here in 2018, I wouldn't be here. And that's not to say that it's all about me. It is to say, thank you. Thank you for letting me be here. Thank you for letting me be a part of this. And this is a great day. So let's celebrate and have a wonderful time. Thank you.
We'd like to welcome a member from the Richland County Board, the Chair, Janelle Kirkpatrick.
It's an honor to be included in this celebration today, and it's on 2 levels for me. One is a personal level. I started my educational journey in a 2-year small community college in Southern Illinois. That was during a time and in the environment where the boys in the community were encouraged to get a job in the coal mines and make $100 a day. And the girls were encouraged to, well, you know, get married and have kids. It wasn't too keen. My father, with an 8th grade education, knew that education was the key to getting out of the poverty. My father promised all 7 of his children that if we would go to the 2-year campus while living at home and then transfer to the 4-year university, he would pay for our education. And he did that. In fact, all 6 of my siblings started there at the 2-year campus, and 5 of the 7 transferred to the 4-year college and graduated with advanced degrees. Starting in a 2-year college campus did not hinder us. In fact, it was a leg up. Just a little caveat for my dad there. Sounds like he was really generous, but think about it. He had 7 kids that stayed home 2 years longer after high school. So we got 14 more years. Farm labor. He also said while he was making this deal with all this to the 3 girls, oh, by the way, when you decide to get married, you're on your own. I'm not giving you any money for that. But we felt like it was a pretty good deal. On a professional level, as the Richland County Board Chair, I'm here to represent the county who owns the land and the buildings. We are the landlord, the silent partner in this new partnership with Platteville. The county believes this partnership is a positive, forward-thinking opportunity to solidify the purpose and the vision of this campus in Richland County. We are fortunate to have the Campus Foundation, who continues to support the campus, and we are most fortunate to have Chancellor Shields, who has embraced the challenge and committed time and resources to the vision of the UW Platteville-Richland. The new sign is a symbol of that commitment, and the Richland County Board is grateful for that commitment. Thank you.
Thank you. As we were talking about earlier, that we have so tremendous support, including from the foundation. We're very fortunate to be working with such great people in the foundation, and we'd like to hear from Jean Burkett, the foundation secretary, right now.
I took out of my purse my grocery list and my little speech, and I asked some of them which they wanted to hear, and they said the shorter one. Actually, it was the speech. Chancellor Shields, Dean, and County Board Chair, and all important and interested citizens. It is a happy day here today, isn't it? And I'm very happy to represent the Richland County Platteville-Richland Foundation. Thereof, take your words, but we're all proud to be part of it all. And I'm only standing up here speaking because our wonderful executive secretary, Darlo Wentz, would rather have somebody else speak, and he does all the wonderful work. So here I am. What's in a name? Asked Shakespeare, which we call a rose by any other name would smell as sweet. So what is in a name? Well, it's pretty important, isn't it? And we're practicing getting it right. Here's a wrong one, and here's a right one, and I almost brought all of my old ones. But then that might make me look as old as I am. The new sign is a wonderful sign. It has two very important words in it, Richland and Platteville, doesn't it? And it is a grand sign, and it's a brand new grand sign. But it's not a brand new grand idea. It's an idea that's been around a while. Some of us are old enough to have been at this campus when we were a branch of Platteville. And we were proud to be the first 4 years of our existence. We were encouraged by the Platteville people, we were guided by them, and we were also given the freedom to teach and inspire and excel. And it was a wonderful relationship. And if you want to know more about it, you can read Dr. Jerry Bauer's book about the 2-year centers. It'll tell you more than you want to know. All of these things have been made possible by a very educationally minded county board, today and in the past. I'm thinking in 1967 of people like Foster Patch and administrators like Marge Wallace and State Senator Jess Miller. And you're all looking at me like, duh, because you're so young. And it was also made possible by forward-thinking citizens in Richland County who have believed in higher education since 1902, when our Teachers College began. Perhaps the true significance of the sign is the teachers, the academicians whose faces you see around this room, the wonderful charter faculty, and those that have gone on since then. And those pictures are on the wall, folks, for historical purposes, also for inspirational purposes, and to help keep the mice out of the building. But to be serious for just a moment, I'm very glad to represent our foundation, which I think is a remarkable and wonderful thing, not so much because of its leadership, although our leadership is wonderful. Terry Sobranik is our president, and he's busy working, I'm sure, to support the new baby twins he has. Wayne Morgenthaler is here. He is our treasurer. Darlow is back there. He's our hardworking, trusted ex-mayor, executive secretary. Who could be a better person to smile at people and have them donate money to us? So we will, as a foundation, continue to support this rose of an institution, if you will. We'll support faculty with grants, students with scholarships, support of buildings and events such as this, so that we can support this school and the students who are the real signs that we have, the students who have graduated as doctors and police officers and teachers and nurses and dentists. They are really the sign symbolically that will speak for this campus along with the other lovely new sign that's out there. So I would have to say in closing, it is a grand sign, and thank you and welcome to Richland, Platteville-Richland, however you'll call it. Thank you very much.
Thank you. And Gene, next time we need somebody to do stand-up comedy, can we just ask them?
Don't need to pay me.
It is now time to hear from our Chancellor, Dennis J. Shields.
Thank you, Paul. 3 or 4 years ago, I was the stand-in commencement speaker. I think it was at Fenimore High School. And a little later in the summer, I ran into somebody, a mom, said, "You gave the commencement address at Fenimore this year." I said, "Well, yeah." She said, "It was a good speech." I said, "Well, thank you. Yeah, it was nice and short." So I will try to adhere to that admonishment. It can be a good speech, it can be a bad speech. As long as it's a short speech, everybody's happy. Almost a year to the day, I first came to campus after the announcement of the restructuring. And I viewed it at that time as an opportunity, and I think it's worked out to be an extraordinary opportunity. One of the great things about being the chancellor is that you get credit for all of the good things. I'm here to tell you, actually, my role should be to take the blame for all of the bad things. The good things happen because of a lot of work by a lot of other people. On this campus, the faculty and staff who embraced this opportunity, the faculty and staff at our campus in Platteville, the county, the foundation, who've all come together to understand that this is an opportunity to see this campus thrive. Now, things won't remain the same, but we will build on the foundation that's already in place. The foundation of a liberal arts associate degree granting institution that has served this county and this region well for many years. That liberal arts background will stay as the core part of our curriculum. But one of the opportunities we have is to expand and engage business and industry broadly, both in helping to meet their needs and hopefully, in so doing, encouraging them to help us meet the needs of this campus. I think there are extraordinary opportunities that way. We will acknowledge several people later today, but I wanted to identify at least the people who I've seen from my seat in Platteville that have been paddling really hard to make this happen. I will say that system has been mostly helpful, but I can't identify anybody in particular that's been really helpful there. Having said that, Dr. Wilson, who was our provost, Joanne Wilson, our vice chancellor for enrollment and student success, Angela Huelhoven, Dean Craig Wilson, who I promoted to vice chancellor in the meeting this morning, who all are critical players. Enrollment is going to be huge. The expansion of our academic programming, we're engaged in the process of getting agriculture courses and programs offered on this campus, maybe some business too, that I think are real opportunities. We're having a little bit of an argument with the academic affairs part of system, but we're persisting on that front. And certainly Dr. Craig was, in his role in distance education, and graduate education, and professional training, actually offers great opportunities here. I want to thank the community here, Janetta, Darlo, and others who've made me feel really welcome and have embraced this opportunity. I also want to acknowledge that Brad Patt from Congressman Kine's office is here to help us celebrate this occasion. And also, I'd like to
Chancellor, please excuse me, but the mayor is with us. He came in late. So, Michael? Michael.
I'd also like to acknowledge Vice Chancellor Rose Smirsky, who those marks on my back from keeping me on the straight and narrow are the direct result of her constant support. And as always, I want to remind you, the mission here, as important as all that work is, it is about the students. The support for the educational mission, the hard work of the faculty and staff on campus, the extraordinary support of the foundation, the county support of the facilities, all is directed at helping our students be successful. And so this new sign is representative of all of that collaborative effort that is moving forward with the support of Dean Federley, and we're proud to have you on board. So, thank you everyone for coming out today, and thank you for the support of this magnificent endeavor.
When we were trying to find a date for this, it was actually kind of hard because all your schedules are really nuts. And so it kind of was appropriate that we settled on this week, Thanksgiving week, because this is a time to say thank you to so many people. So I'm going to ask Dean Federley and Chancellor Shields to present our words of thanks.
So it is my privilege and my honor to speak of a number of people who have donated not only of their time, of their financial resources, of their working careers, of their heart, of their families, and are essential parts of the university. The first person, and these are in alphabetical order as to not make anyone feel better or worse about their particular place. Blame your heritage and the first letter of your last name. The first person I'm privileged to introduce is Dorsey Ames. Dorsey is the Vice President of Richland County Bank and represents the Opportunity Scholarship as well as the Eunice Hayes Melville Scholarship. The University of Wisconsin Platteville-Richland thanks you, Dorsey, and presents you with this Friends of the University Award. Thank you. The next honoree is Jean Burkett. Jean has done a number of things on campus.
And some of them good.
Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. Jean is an emeritus professor here on campus, teaching in the English and theater departments from 1969 to 1992. I found them on the wall over there. That's a very useful.
I started when I was 5.
She also served as interim dean in 1989 and 90.
Imagine that.
Currently, Jean is secretary of the Richland County Campus Foundation and also represents the Burkett Knabel Scholarship. So like I said, what hasn't she done for this campus? The University of Wisconsin Platteville-Richland thanks you, Jean, and presents you with this Friends of the University Award. The Doctors Floyd and Barbara Blackmore. Dr. Floyd Blackmore was a professor on campus in the biology department from 1969 to 1999. And both Floyd and Barbara have provided support in so many ways, not only to the campus, but also the community. One aspect of note was beyond the instruction that Floyd gave for his working career is supporting the science scholarship monetarily, making sure that the students who are capable on campus have the opportunity to continue on in their studies. So Floyd, Barbara, the University of Wisconsin Platteville-Richland thank you and present you with this Friends of the University Award. The next folks I'd like to recognize are Fred and Ruth Graff. Fred was an engineer with the United States Gypsum Corporation, and both Fred and Ruth represent the Fred and Ruth Graff Scholarship. Fortunately, they couldn't be here today, so I apologize. Kathy Granger. Kathy, beyond directing where people should sit in the room,
Right on.
is a former elementary teacher and currently president of the Richland County Alumni Association, spanning the Teachers College and the university campus. Serves on the Richland County Campus Foundation, also serves on the Campus View Residence Life Board, and also represents 2 Alumni Association scholarships. She's busy. The University of Wisconsin Platteville-Richland thanks you, Kathy, and is honored to present you with this Friends of the University Award. Just a few miles on the car. So the next person I would like to honor is Marilyn Reinhardt. Marilyn is a former professor at MATC and graciously represents the Kenneth and Halsey Reinhardt Scholarship. The University of Wisconsin Platteville-Richland thanks you, Marilyn, and presents you with this Friends of the University Award. Sheila Troxel. Sheila is owner of Wallace, Cooper, and Elliott Insurance Agency and represents countless scholarships given by Wallace, Cooper, and Elliott. Thank you, Sheila. The University of Wisconsin Platteville-Richland shows its sincere gratitude and presents you with this Friends of the University. And lastly, Richard and Lonnie Weber. Richard serves as president of the Campus View Residents Life Board, and both Richland and Lonnie are former employees of Procter & Gamble. They represent and sponsor the annual Richard and Lonnie Weber Scholarship. The University of Wisconsin Platteville-Richland thanks you and presents you with this Friends of the University Award. He is here. No, that's okay.
She was late.
Fashionably.
So we began right on time. Dottie, thank you. Dottie worked as an investment advisor, and her husband Keith worked for the Soil Conservation Service. Both are very active in the Richland Center community, serving on Rotary, serving in GRACE, Greater Richland Area Cancer Elimination, being a major part of Star Spangled Celebration, which at one time I had the joy of listening to on my front deck. Being a part of UW Platteville-Richland. And we are hopeful that your grandchildren, specifically Tanner, who's a senior this year, no pressure, will be attending in the fall to continue the wonderful family legacy that you have started with this university. So, in closing, the University of Wisconsin Platteville-Richland thanks you and your family and presents you with this Friends of the University Award. Go right ahead and say whatever you like.
Okay, folks, naturally I like to talk. Darla knows that more than anybody probably. But I would really like to invite all of you to come to the Rotary Lights in the Park. That's where Keith is right now, otherwise he would have been here. But we have, last year we had over 12,000 people come through. We have 13 new displays this year. We have over 120 sponsors that have put up trees, and it is just really an amazing thing to come and see. And all it costs is a couple cans of food, or you don't even have to do that. But we sponsor it for the food pantry. So I'd really appreciate it if you could come. Thank you.
thank you and congratulations to everyone who received awards today. And now it's going to be a time for sign dedication. I don't know if you people noticed, but it's a little bit chilly outside. So we're going to do the actual dedication here inside. And then when we're done, people who won awards, we'd ask you to come out by the sign for a quick picture. We're going to have Chancellor Steele now formally dedicate our sign.
Thank you, Paul. This sign is more than just a sign. It is a symbol of our new partnership that pays respect to the past identity of all the students, faculty, and staff who matriculated on this campus, and that presently strengthens higher education throughout Southwest Wisconsin and beyond, that points to a future of successes and growth in front of all these people gathered here today who have such an interest in the prosperity of this campus. As Chancellor of the University of Wisconsin-Platteville, I formally dedicate this sign in honor of this new partnership with the University of Wisconsin-Platteville and the University of Wisconsin-Richland. May every day be a great day to be with the University of Wisconsin-Platteville. Thank you.
And that concludes our program for today. There's plenty of refreshments here. And again, if we could get pictures with the people who were up here earlier to be honored, we would appreciate it. Thank you.